trying to beat the bugs, but we're failing. The hornets and the yellow jackets are out, but I wanted to show you real quickly how to clean a duck. Ducks are one of the easiest animals to gut because they've got a very big opening in the back, and I'll show you what I mean here. So this is the section where you want to start. So there's pelvic bones here, but they're really loose. Basically here to here is nothing more than a huge opening, and so it's super easy to get your hand in. In fact, you have to cut on the top and then cut down lengthwise on that area because it is so big. So you want to go in, and then you actually have to go down. That's just how big it is. All right, so here we've got things open, and now we'll loosen things up here. We're gonna pull the crop out. They've got a food sac here that you want to remove. And then you just start working it. Shoobies. So here I'm just working my hands around the sides of the inner cavity, breaking all the tissues loose. And then once that's done, then we start pulling things out like this. All right, here's the heart. Here's the base of the windpipe. I know it looks really funny, but there it is. For this part, you don't want to get manure spilt everywhere, so you're going to cut down the sides just like you would with a chicken, all the way to their exit hole. Alright, we've cut that out, and then if you want the gizzard, that's what this big old lump is. So we're going to cut that off, cut the liver off, and then there it is. It's ready to go in the bowl with the rest of the innards. And this goes in our compost bucket. You can pull out the lungs if you want. They'll be on the top of the bird's back. Or if you're not particular, you can leave them in. It won't hurt them to bake with your bird. And then it's done. Ducks are one of the easiest birds to clean because of that massive cavity. Look at that. Pretty incredible. The pelvic bones are so floppy, they flop open. You can scoop your hand in, pull out whatever you want, and I think they're one of the easiest. So now, he's bloody. So we're actually going to take him into the sink, and we're going to rinse him there where we've got other ones keeping cool. And we're just keeping him here in the water to keep him cooled off, and to also, we're going to rinse him, scrub him clean here. easy to think once the head chopping and the plucking and the gutting is done that you're finished, right? No, wrong. We've got over here some clean birds. They have to be rinsed, they have to be cleaned out, and then they have to be packaged. So this is our initial dunking sink. As you can see, there's feathers and blood. And we just pop it over here. And we're just rinsing it in cold water to get off all the blood. We're gonna run it through the inside, let all the water spill through, make sure it's all cleaned up. And then we also take off the neck. We try to use as many parts as possible when we butcher birds, and so the neck, they go as soup stock. The other thing that's good to keep on hand is a pair of tweezers, because you're always, especially with ducks, you're always going to find some things where you're like, oh, there's a pin feather. Just when you think you're done, have the meat in the freezer, you realize you still have to deal with cleanup. Guys, and all the feathers will have to be hauled away. Almost done? So that's how you go about butchering a duck. It's true, it takes way more work than butchering either chickens or turkeys, but ducks are kind of our special occasion or special dinner bird because I love them. There is something so unique and golden and rich about farm-raised ducks. So we don't mind doing some every year, but we're not going to make it our main food source just because of how difficult they are to clean.